basically algebra questions, right? So let's start with the first one and then we'll go on to the next and then the next. All right, number 2a says simplify. All right, so we're going to put 4 over 5x multiplied by 15x over 6. Now we treat this like as we would treat multiplication of fractions, right? When we're doing multiplication of fractions, you compare the numerator and the denominator, right? So we say, well, 4 into 4 is 1, and 4 into 16 is 4. And then, well, the x's will cancel out. 5 into 5 is 1, 5 into 15 is 3, right? So the answer here would be 1 by 3 is 3, 1 by 4 is 4. So the answer for this is 3 over 4. They said solve the inequality 12 minus 4m, right? This is less than or equal to 5 minus 8m, right? When they say solve the inequality, it just means they want to know what is the unknown. What is the only thing we don't know here? The unknown is m, so we're basically solving for m, right? So you're going to put 12 minus 4m less than or equal to 5 minus 8m, right? We want to make m the subject, so you're going to carry across 8m minus 8m over the equal sign or the inequality sign. Now, anytime you carry something over the inequality or equal sign, it's the opposite. The opposite of minus 8m would be plus 8m. So it is 12 minus 4m plus 8m is less than or equal to 5. Then we only want m's on one side and all the numbers on the next side, right? So you're going to carry across, although we're not seeing it, there's a positive in front of that 12, okay? So if we carry across plus 12 over the equal sign, it will be negative 12. So we have minus 4m plus 8m is less than or equal to 5 minus 12. Now, minus 4 plus 8, just think about m stands for mangoes, right? If you have 8 mangoes and you subtract 4 mangoes, you will have 4 mangoes is less than or equal to 5 minus 12 is minus 7, right? We want to make m the subject, so you're going to carry across you're going to carry across the relationship between 4 and m is multiplication. So if you carry across multiply by 4, the opposite of multiply by 4 is divide by 4. So this is minus 7 divided by 4. So m would be less than or equal to negative 1, 4 is 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So negative 1 and 3 over 4. And that is how we would solve for B. Part C says the diagram below shows a compound shape LMNPQR. Right? That's just this big shape, which is made up of 2 rectangles. The length in the diagram, which are written in terms of x, are in centimeters. Right? So find the expression in terms of x for the length of PQ. So we want PQ. So when you're looking at this, right, we have to look at what is given, right? What do we include PQ in? So if you look, let me just use this. There is MN is part of PQ, right? So you say, okay, well, we see that MN is part of PQ, right? And then we also recognize that LR is part of MN, right? So if you were to look at this question, you could see that PQ is equal to the total length of MN, or NM, whatever you want to say, minus LR, the length of LR. Are we seeing that? So all we have to do is just fill in, right, the values that we have. So PQ is equals to, what is MN? 3x minus x plus 3, right? So you put this in brackets, right? So that's 3x minus by a positive x minus x, and minus by a positive 3 is minus 3, right? Now, 3, the only x's can subtract, right? So 3x minus x, or 1x, is 2x, right, minus 3. So what is the term for PQ? 2x minus 3. That is how you would do part 1. The next one they want is RQ. So if we look at what is RQ, RQ is here. RQ is actually part of LM, and also we can see that RQ, LM, what is part of LM? PN. So if we were to add RQ and PN, we would get LM, right? So we could say that RQ is equals to LM minus PN. All right, so let's see what is LM. LM is 4x minus 5. Subtract what is PN. You're subtracting this entire term, so that's why I put it in brackets. X plus 1, right? So that's 4x minus 5. You multiply negative by everything inside the brackets. That's due to distributive law. So minus by x is minus x, and minus by positive 1 is minus 1. So the answer is 4x. Sorry, not the answer. Now we're going to group all the x's and only numbers. So 4x minus x. So we use this. Remember, we always look at the sign in front as well, okay? Minus 5 minus 1. So 4x minus x is 3x. Right? And minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6. So the answer for QR would be 3x minus 6. And that is how you would get RQ. Right. Part 2 of this question says, given that the total area of the shape, that is the shape above, is 414, show that x squared plus x minus 72 is equal to 0. We're going to find the area of this entire shape. Now, when you have to find the area of a complex shape like this, or compound shape, you cannot find it just so. What you have to do is split them up into the regular shapes. They already told you it has 2 rectangles. So there are 2 ways you could do it. You could either put this way to get your 2 rectangles, right? Or you could put it like this. Whichever one you prefer, both of them should still give you the same answer. We'll call this A, right? And we'll call this B. We already know the length of PQ. The length of PQ was 2x minus 3. Now, we want to find the total area. So what we're going to do is find the area of A, right? It's a rectangle, so it's length by breadth. The length is 4x minus 5, I'll put this in brackets, by breadth, or the width is x plus 3. Right? And then let's just leave a space. Area of B would be also length times breadth, which is, your length is 2x minus 3 by breadth is, let's put this in brackets, by x plus 1. So let's do the first one and then do the second one. Whatever answer we get, we have to add them up, right? So area of A, this would be 4x, 4x by everything in your second bracket. So that's x plus 3, and then minus 5 by everything in the second bracket, x plus 3. Right? So 4x by x would be 4x squared, and 4x by 3 is plus 12x. And then minus 5 by x would give you minus 5x. And minus 5 by 3 would give you minus 15. So that would be 4x squared. 12 minus 5 is 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? That's plus 7x minus 15. Right? That is the area for A. Right? We cannot add x's and x squares. It's two completely different things, okay? That's area of A. Now let's find area of B. That would be when you have two brackets like that, you take the first bracket and each term in the bracket you multiply by a second bracket, right? So that's 2x, which is the first term in your first bracket, multiply by x plus 1, and then a second term in your bracket, which is minus 3, multiplied by a second bracket. That's x plus 1, right? So that's 2x by x is 2x squared. 2x by plus 1 is plus 2x. Minus 3 by x is minus 3x. And minus 3 by 1 is minus 3. Alright, so let's just reduce this. This is 2x squared. 2x minus 3x is minus x minus 3. So this would be the area of B. So let's write that in red. The area of A is equal to, oh, that is too thick. Alright, is 4x squared. That's so thick. Alright. Plus 7x minus 15. And B is 2x squared minus x minus 3. Alright? Alright. So now they told you that the total area of that compound shape is 414. So that means if you add area of A and you add the area of B, you're supposed to get 414. So let us do that. That is 4x squared plus 7x minus 15 plus, let's put 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equals to 414. Right? Now, we want to make this equal to 0. So we're going to group like terms and then make it equal to 0, right? So that's 4x squared plus 7x minus 15. When you open the bracket, plus and a plus is a plus, is plus 2x squared minus x minus 3 is equals to 414. Right? Then we group all the x squares. That's 4x squared plus 2x squared, then plus 7x minus x, then minus 15 minus 3 is equals to 414. Right? So that is 4, and 4 plus 2 is 6x squared. 7 minus x is equals to, was that 7 minus 1 is equals to plus 6x, right? Minus 15 minus 3 minus 18 is equals to 414. However, we want it to be equal to 0, so you're going to carry this across the equal sign. If you carry across plus 414, the opposite of plus is minus, so that's 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 minus 414 is equals to 0. Right? Alright, let's just check. Minus 18 minus 414 is equals to, this is 6x squared plus 6x minus 432 is equals to 0. However, if we look at the question, what is the coefficient of x? 1, right? Of x squared. 1. So, what they did is, you have to recognize, they divide throughout, they divide this entire thing by 6. So, 6x squared divided by 6 is equals to x squared. 6x divided by 6 is equals to x. 432 divided by 6 is equal to negative 432. Right? So now, this will now become x squared plus x minus 72 is equals to 0, right? And then we look to see if it's the same thing. It is the same thing, so this is how we would prove that the area, the total surface area, is the total area of the shape is 414, and this is how you would express it in terms of x. So they say given that the total area of the shape, that's the shape, the compound shape that they showed us, is 414, show that x squared plus x minus 72 is equals to 0. So first off, we need to find the total area of the shape. And I said that if you have a compound shape, you can split it up into two similar shapes and then add them to get your total area. So I said you could either say this is A and this is B, or you can make this like this, right? So this would have been A and this would have been B. I did not do that, I just did it like this. Right, now we know that the formula for area of a rectangle, because they are two rectangles, is length by breadth. A length for A is 4x minus 5, and the breadth for A is x plus 3. So we had to multiply it. Right? When you're multiplying like this, you take the first term in your first bracket and multiply by everything in your second bracket. And then you take the second term in your first bracket and also multiply by everything in your second bracket. Right? So it's 4x by x is 4x squared. 4x by 3 is 12x. And then we could deal with the signs after. Both of them are positive, so it will be positive 12x. Then we have 5 by x is 5x, and a minus and a plus, because although we're not seeing it, there's a plus sign in front of the x, a minus and a plus is a minus. That's how I got minus 5x. And then we have 5 minus 5x, 5 by 3. 5 3 is a 15, and a plus and a minus is a minus, right? And then we group like terms. X squared and x cannot add or subtract. Right? So we had to just add 12x minus 5x is 7x. So the answer would be 4x squared plus 7x minus 15. Okay, and area B, again, that is a rectangle, is length by breadth. Your length was 2x minus 3, and your breadth was x plus 1. You had to multiply. So when you're multiplying or expanding brackets, right, what we do is you take the first term in your bracket, and multiply by everything in your second bracket. And then you take your second term in your first bracket and multiply by everything in your second bracket. Right? So 2x by x plus 1, 2x by x is 2x squared, 2x by 1 is plus 2x, and minus 3 by x is minus 3x, and minus 3 by 1 is minus 3. Right? So we have now 2x plus 2x squared plus 2x minus 3 minus 3x minus 3. Right? 2x minus 3x is equal to negative x. So 2x squared minus x minus 3 is your area for B. Then they said that your total area of the shape is 440. And we know total shape, to find the total area of the shape, the compound shape, you had to add the area of A and the area of B. Right? So I added them. Right? The first answer was 4x squared plus 7x minus 15 plus 2x minus x minus 3 is equal to, they told you, 440. Right? Then we group like terms. So actually, no, I open the bracket first. So I had plus by plus 2x is plus 2x. Right? Here, plus by plus 2x. Then plus by minus x is minus x. And plus by minus 3 is minus 3. After we got that, I grouped like terms, right? So what that means is I have 4x squared. You look for an x squared, you get 2x squared. So 4x squared plus 2x squared, the x squares are the same, so we could add the coefficients. That is 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is 6, so you get 6x squared. And I crossed it out one time so I would not make a mistake of reusing it. Then I have plus 7x. And I look for an x, that's minus x. So plus 7x minus x is 6x, right? And plus No, it's minus 15 minus 3 is minus 18. Right? So now we have 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 is equals to 414. But we want to make it equal to 0 because they told you we have to be equal, it has to be equal to 0. So we had 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 is 414. You carry across the positive 414. That will turn to negative or subtract 414. So it turns to 6x squared plus 6x minus 18 minus 414, which is minus 432, is equal to 0. Also, you look at what number was in front of x squared? 1. But we have 6. How would you get rid of that 6? We know the relationship between 6 and x squared is multiplication. So to get rid of that 6, I divide throughout the entire thing divided by 6. Right? So 6x squared divided by 6 is x squared. 6x divided by 6 is x. And minus 432 divided by 6. 432 divided by 6 is 72. And we have a minus and a plus, a minus and a plus is a minus. So we have minus 72. So that is how we get, and then we put it together, that's x squared plus x minus 72 is equal to 0. And that is how you would do this question. Right? And that is the end of May-June 2023 paper 2 number 2.